As hard as it is to get up at 4 in the morning, it's completely worth it. When you get outside, you're just bathed in a chorus of bird song. I like birds a lot because they're so diverse and beautiful, and they do things that people can't do, like fly incredible distances without the aid of some other mechanism, dive to depths that people can't dive to. There's no terrain they haven't conquered, and so they're just really enjoyable to work with. Each year, NEON, which is the National Ecological Observatory Network, have us do about 200 plus avian samples in the form of point counts across study sites. And there are 3 of those in Wisconsin. Point count surveys are a great way to track bird responses to environmental change. And so the survey itself only takes 6 minutes, and all the birds that are heard or seen are recorded. And we also record site-specific data about temperature, relative humidity, and wind speed. They're relatively inexpensive to do, and one observer can conduct as many as 15 or 16 NEON point counts in a morning. This year, I was really fortunate to have Megan Brown and Miranda Miley join me as part of our NEON crew, and they're both students at Stevens Point.
It's not an experience that you can have any other way. You're in like the middle of like these dense woods, and all these deep woods species are just, you know, singing their hearts out, and just cool to like be a part of that and be able to record that for like a purpose.
Anytime I'm outside, my whole world has been opened up to birds. Now I can actually identify what they are, and I'm way more aware of my surroundings and the birds that are around me, and I love that.
Sampling Tree Haven is a lot of fun because we have such a good mix of both earlier successional forest species as well as mature forest species. Tree Haven is a 1,400-acre facility here in the Northwoods. Most of our undergrads, in between their sophomore and junior year, will come to Tree Haven for 6 weeks. Over the course of that 6 weeks, they'll get experience sampling forests, soils, waters, fisheries, and wildlife systems. I teach Wildlife 340, which is wildlife management field techniques. And that's a fun course, probably one of my favorite courses to teach. Each week we spend half a day or more on bird sampling techniques like point counts. It's always interesting to watch students get excited about being in the woods as they learn each new bird song.
It's an accomplished feeling when you're hearing like birds call, and you're like, oh, I know him, I know that one, I know that one. It's kind of like a fun rush.
One of the students who's been employed to do NEON work was also awarded a Doug Stevens Boone and Crockett Undergrad Research Fellowship to do additional bird count surveys, but with secretive marsh birds.
Because of all of the experience I got doing point count surveys through NEON, I was actually able to apply those skills to my own project. So I was looking at secretive marsh bird presence throughout the Necedah National Wildlife Refuge. This is important because they're wetland quality indicators, and some of them are game species that can be hunted in Wisconsin, so it's important to understand their populations.
So I believe that it's important to recruit students for bird conservation because I believe that birds are important and that they deserve all the help we can give them. And obviously our students are important to us too, so they're 2 great things to mix together whenever you can. I hope that maybe some of the students will become as passionate about bird conservation as I did when I was in their shoes. Maybe they'll find their passion with a bird species or a community and go on to be an advocate and a conservationist.
Being out there was just a really cool experience, and it was a cool bird community, and having people with the same passion as you is just an awesome thing to work with.
He believed in me and thought that I could do this. Without Dr. Riddle, I wouldn't have these opportunities, and he really just wants his students to succeed.